Broadcasting from Miami, Florida.
Check this out.
Let's go. Welcome to 25-8, The Culture. On who's hot and who's not. Everything hip-hop. Turn it on, turn it up, get it loud. Here we go. You're now vibing with 25-8, The Culture.
Yo, you already know what it is, man. It's your boy DJ Pablo Maccabee from 25-8 The Culture with your homie D-Wise from the Big Fellas. What it do?
What's up, yo? It's your boy D-Wise. You already know what it is. Oh, don't pay attention to this. It's just another toy in the back. We'll talk about that later. But, yo, appreciate it. We got a lot of shit to talk about. Let's get to it, yo.
Also, we got my homie in the building, Big Money Boy Lance from Nobody's Podcast, man. What up?
You know the vibe, fellas. Got my drink in my right hand, my smoke in my left hand. Let's get to it.
Yo, but what are you sipping on, though?
He got the Henny in the cup.
You already know it's the Henny in the cup.
Yo, man, I think Henny got to sponsor us. I mean, especially they got to sponsor Lance over there because he always got the Henny in the cup.
You already know. Send that check. Send that year supply of Henny, baby. Let's do it.
Yo, for real. All right, man. So we get into our topics for this week. Unfortunately, R.I.P. to Tommy Tiny Lister. He was you probably known him for the movie Debo. I mean, he was the character Debo from the movie Friday. You want to say anything about that, D-Wise?
Yeah, I just want to say, rest in peace to the king. You feel what I'm saying? Definitely brought a lot of laughs. His government is they call him Tommy Tiny Lister Jr. was his government. He was in besides being on Friday in his legendary role of Debo, which I feel like the name Debo took on a whole new role in itself. It got from that was his name to every time you took something or you just roughed up a nigga or you was just mean mugging a nigga or something, you Debo the nigga. Like, yo, let me get that. Yo, let me Debo that. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So that was in the culture everywhere. But he was also in the movie, just two more. He was in the Batman movie. Go watch it again. The Christian Bale version. It was him versus the Joker playing a quick little game. And he was the prisoner that took the little controller and threw it out the boat. So go look at him at that one. And he was also in the underground classic, a cult classic, as they would say, which is Fifth Element with Bruce Willis. He played the president. So, rest in honor to the king.
Yo, Lance.
What you got on my 40, homie? Nah, R.I.P., yo. Like, Debo, the character in itself, some people don't even know the man government. That's how major that role was. That's how important that movie is to our culture. So definitely rest in peace. Respect your the legacy you left, and you're gonna be missed.
Absolutely.
Another thing I want to say about that movie Friday, also Pops passed too from that movie, and also too Bernie Mac, another legend that was also a part of that movie. So I want to show respect to those two individuals too, because Pops was a funny man too, from the Wayans brothers and stuff like that, and also too Bernie Mac, man, the Bernie Mac show and Kings of Comedy and whatever. So I want to say R.I.P. to all those legends because all of them influenced me culture wise, especially Bernie Mac's personality, like we said about you want to get Debo'd and stuff like that, So, and also every big person I ever met called Debo was a big guy named after this Debo, you feel me? Because we all know all the Debos out here, you feel me? They all big, scary dudes, you feel me?
And just the guy's name that also passed away that played the legendary character of Pops on Friday, name is John Witherspoon, another great comedic genius and great in movies as well. So definitely rest in honor to all the kings that aren't here no more. I feel like their impact is affecting everyone's life somehow, some way, and it was usually in a comedic way. So you definitely laughed at all these niggas somehow, some way.
All right, on to another topic, sad news. Miami rapper Zoey Dollaz was shot Wednesday night or Thursday morning, leaving a nightclub in his car. He's home right now, so he's being under recovery. So, we wish him the best and stuff like that. I've never met dude personally, but, rumor is he's a very humble guy, down to earth, always helping out his community. We wish that brother a quick recovery. You know, we hope, you know, gun violence will, you know, come to an end. You know, it's sad right now. This is like the fifth or sixth, you know, shooting with rappers right now, you know, going on. Like, yo, these rappers are just getting shot, and, you know, some of them are being murdered. And, you know, it's just very sad. I seen the game the other day. He was like, yo, like, these rappers just need to, like, I guess, stay in the house or whatever like that. You know, I don't know what's going on. You know, 2020 is a crazy year. And, you know, I just hope, like, you know, we can just stop all the gun violence. You feel me?
You know, it's sad, you know, because this is happening. I feel like every time you turn the TV on, there's another young black man getting shot. And we have to stop the bullshit. If we're gonna demand respect and equality and, you know what I'm saying, and talking about, you know, stop doing violence towards us, you know, us as a people, we gotta stop doing violence towards each other. I don't know what happened. They don't have the full story yet. They're still, you know, saying they're gonna come out with the full information as they get it. But this shit's just starting to get like annoying to the point where it's starting to numb you to like, yeah, it's just another rapper getting shot. And that's always dangerous when the feeling goes away. Instead of saying like, oh, this is getting stupid out of hand, this is getting a little tragic. When you start getting numb to it and then you start not giving a fuck anymore because it's happening too often, that's a problem in itself. So, you know, like, I haven't met the brother. I know it happened, they said on his way to BT's, which is a strip club down in Miami. We got to do better. You know, I've said that a few times on other issues, on other shows. When it all comes down to it, I can say a million things, but if I just sum it up and say we got to do better, that's just the truth of the matter. You know what I'm saying? That's just a straight fact. So, I mean, that's all I got to say on that one.
I'm not sure what the beef is, what the problem is. I don't know the situation, but it seems like a lot of unnecessary shooting at brothers. A lot of unnecessary killing. We've definitely discussed this on other episodes. It's stop the violence, bro. It's a lot going on in the culture right now. It's a lot that's happened unnecessarily. People are dying. It's a lot of this COVID craziness. We don't need to be killing each other. Like I said, even without knowing the facts, hey man, there's gotta be a better way. I'm happy the brother's recovering. Happy we didn't tragically lose another young talented artist, but the story's getting old, man. Like you said, you don't wanna feel like you're being desensitized to something, but the shit is getting old. It's getting old. The shooting at rappers is getting old. The killing of black men is getting old. We have to do better. This shit is getting corny.
Yo, I'd like to add on to that. You know, I heard somebody say like, yo, when would killing another black person not be cool anymore? Like, you feel me? Like, yo, like this is not cool to talk about killing another individual, you know, period. Like, it doesn't have to be black, white, or whatever, you feel me? So we just need to stop that. Like, the culture just needs to change. You feel me?
Absolutely. Absolutely, I agree with that. And I'll just add, I heard something from a famous comedian, his name's T.K. Kirtland, and he was talking about, you know, what's going on in the culture as far as like, niggas don't want to fight no more. Like, yo, if all these shits were just fist fights and you just see a knot on someone's eyes and shit like that, it'd be cool, but it's like shit's going to guns. Like, people are scared to fight, and that's part of the problem. Other thing is like, you ain't really got that male figure, that male role model that, like, you know, taught you differently. And his point that he said, and I'm not quoting it verbatim, but pretty much what he's saying is like, you know, I wish more of these rappers took the Drake route. He said Drake gets labeled corny, but Drake got his money, he put on his crew, he took care of his family, and he stays out of trouble. He's like, if all these rappers that were blessed with this success of they sound a certain way, they have a certain image, and they just left the street shit behind, like, yo, the whole thing of making this money and being successful, I think it's got to be getting out of a bad circumstance, whether it's your neighborhood's fucked up, you live in the hood, whether the house is breaking down, you want to go to another house, whether there's some danger always going around the corner, you want to get away from that. That's part of making it, you know, taking care of you and yours. So Drake might get labeled corny, but he's doing what he's supposed to do. And he's staying out of bullshit, he's saying. You don't really hear Drake in this shit, these gun incidents. You know, Drake goes parties, goes home, takes care of his family, his friends, and his friends, I mean his circle, and he goes home. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no reason to be out there doing the nonsense. And like, yo, once you make it, I really feel like you gotta make it. You know, help your people that were there for you, but there's no reason to get like involved in shit. Like I said, like niggas that were going at gangs, you know what I mean? I know this is a different angle. They were there at some point in time. Like it was in the neighborhood. It was always there. They, some of them had to choose a game because they realized that if I don't get in this game, these people are gonna whip my ass every day from school. So let me join this one so I can be protected. There's so many reasons. So like, but if you can get out and do your thing and explore, then like I don't understand why people make it and then they go and get attracted to the gang life. That shit is stupid to me. That's redundant. That's counterproductive. You know what I'm saying? Back to like, yo, just do better. Like use your head, man.
Well, so this basically goes on to our next topic. So, you know, rapper Casanova just got picked up by the feds, basically for RICO, you know, gang activity. Also, I believe there was wiretaps for money. So basically, you know, this just shows you like, look, this gang life, like it's not gonna get you nowhere. You know? Especially when they said like they basically were able to like get all the information by following his Instagram, his social media, and stuff like that. You feel me? And I'm like, yo, take the Drake route, bro. Like, you feel me? Like, yo, millions of people love Drake. Like, I know, like sometimes, like you know, like we'll like you may be from the hood or whatever, but it's like, yo, you gotta choose the legal route. And I'm big on always telling people, I'm like, yo, all legal money, son. Like turn your gang, your crew into a legal, legitimate business. Like niggas that want to do shit a certain way, like, yo, we can make X amount of money doing, you know, credit card scams or doing you know, selling crack coke, this, that, whatever, or having this mentality like, oh, when a nigga cross them, they gotta murder them. Like, nah, nigga, lawsuit. You know, all do how the white people do it. You know, all legal route. You feel me? Like, oh nah, but that's snitching. I gotta, you know, show him who he crossed and this and that and the third. And we just gotta go do everything all legal route. I know it takes longer to get to where you want to get to. Obviously, making $1 million clean and making $1 million dirty is obviously quicker to get there the dirty way. You feel me?
Yeah, because you're not paying any taxes the dirty way. So that's why it's quicker. But, you know, besides that point, you know, the other reason he got jammed up was because it's his DJ Bad interview. They said they used a lot of that to go get Casanova. So, like, that whole point, too, was like, he's a battle rapper. It's called Sue Surf. He's from Jersey. He's a Jersey cat. And he told Vlad, like, yo, man, niggas really be living your interviews indicted. And Vlad got all up in arms, or I don't tell them, you know what I'm saying? I don't give the feds information. If people don't want to answer the question, you know, they don't have to. I'll go on to the next thing. He told another rapper, Benny Butcher, like, if you don't feel comfortable answering the question, I'll go to the next one. The baby had an open case. You can go back and look at the footage and see that I went to the next question and said, we're not going to talk about that because the case is open. But like Sue Surf was like, yo, whether you're doing it intentionally or not intentionally, you still fishing. And I'm not saying people are dumb, but if people aren't on this earth long enough to analyze what's going on, to think twice before they answer the question, they're jamming themselves up. So if you're trying to be the best, basically, reporter and investigative reporter you can be and ask the best questions, and sometimes that goes into criminal activity, someone that's not thinking, you're going to get them jammed up. And he was like, you know, he got upset about that, but he's like, well, I would never let them give the feds the tapes of my, you know what I'm saying, my recordings. And he told Vlad, like, Vlad, this shit goes right to YouTube. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't need to get the tapes up. Like, you know, you talking to a smart nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Sue Surf was trying to, like, really put him on game. So, like, I hold accountability for Casanova. Like, he did it to himself. I won't take, that's not Vlad's fault. But do I say, like, Vlad definitely opens the envelope a little bit more than needs to be? Or does he, like, do I feel like he doesn't care? Like, maybe he doesn't care too much about it. Like, if you're willing to talk about it, you know what I'm saying? Because Vlad's got some swabby ways he asks his questions. You know what I'm saying? And who talks to most of the younger cats? Because I don't think they realize, like, where it's going. But, like, OGs have shut him the fuck down when they ask stupid, like illegal questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, Inspector Deck, he asked Inspector Deck, like, oh, I heard such and such got jumped. Inspector Deck, like, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, but they said you jumped him. Yeah, I don't know. I never heard of this. It's the first time I heard about this. Then Vlad even admitted, he said, okay, off the record, did that happen? He said, I have no idea what you're talking about. They won't get the OGs to slip. You know what I'm saying? But the younger cats open their mouth. And it's because I feel like they're excited that they're on Vlad, or like Sue Surfer saying, they just don't have the mind capacity yet to know how to, let me dodge that. You know what I'm saying? So they just answer the questions. So yeah, man, I really feel like Vlad, like Sue Surfer said, Vlad be getting niggas indicted and they don't even know it.
I am not gang. I do not gang bang. That's what my man Fifth said. You're not gonna get me caught up in none of this foolishness. That I am not involved. I don't know all the particulars or of how they got him. I definitely did hear the Vlad stuff, but they've been bringing up the fact that Vlad been getting niggas caught up for years now. Like I wanna say Vlad is the problem, but you just gave an example of how an OG get asked a question and he like, oh word? Nah, I never heard of that. So as much as I want to put it on Vlad, because he definitely is intentionally or unintentionally giving niggas the seat to heat their own ass up. You know what I mean? Like you putting the light on them and you like, well, if you're willing to give it up, then you're gonna give it to me. So him being up in arms about people feeling like that, it's just stupid, but people are allowed to feel how they want to feel, even if it's wrong. People just gotta be smarter. Like if you all live in that life, bro, you already know the rules of the game. You don't need to be on the internet fucking out here talking to people that don't matter, wouldn't understand what it was like to do what needed to be done anyway. So you basically out here telling niggas some shit for clout, and in the end, the same people you trying to impress, we watching you get locked up. And it's like, damn, that was a hell of a story, bro. That Vlad interview was dope. Damn, he got locked up. It's like, bro, it's more important to protect your safety. You being out living is more important than making a dope Vlad interview. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be careful around niggas like Vlad. You can do the interview, but just be careful. Understand this ain't new. The cops, the feds, they've been on niggas' Instagram pages. They've been online. They've been watching niggas. People been telling on themselves. So do better. Be careful of the culture vultures. Be careful of people like Vlad, and just do what you do. But I definitely do feel bad for my man Cass. I'm definitely a big fan. I love his energy. I love the feel of his records. I love his sound. But yo, I'm definitely hoping that my man's innocent. He free back on these streets soon. But fellas, be careful, man.
Yeah, nah, I want to say one thing. I see what the white people do that I want more of the rappers to do, or the white entertainers do, like the pop singers, even if they're not involved in that life. You know, they always have like a publicist with them. Like you can hear them in the background. Like if someone asks a question that they know they have no business asking, you know what I'm saying? You hear that, oh no, we're not answering that question. But like you hear it in the background. Like they always have someone there that's looking out for the interests of their client. And I feel like the rappers are like, that's corny, I can hear them myself, but they get out of trouble or they get to, not answer questions because there's someone there. Hey, we already discussed that. That's not going to be one of the questions we're going to be asked about. So if you do it again, this interview's over. I've seen it on so many takes. I've heard that voice. You know what I mean? So I believe rappers, go do that too. You know what I mean? If you don't know that you don't know how to shut the fuck up or you can't dodge certain things, you pay someone to, help you with that. And it'll never happen.
But then also, didn't they say that his girl's best friend, isn't there a video going around where she's snitching, talking about I'm worried about how people gonna look at me because she's telling all the operation info and all that?
Damn, nah, that's shit. I just found that out today because of you. Fuck, yo.
I could have sworn I seen it going around.
Shit, you can't win, and if you got people like that. Loyalty will always, disloyalty will always fuck you up, yo. That's why your circle gotta stay small, yo. Real talk.
Yo, another thing too, man, is like when you do illegal things, you have to be lucky 100% of the time, and that's not easy, because you're either gonna mess up somewhere, and you gotta hope like you're not gonna get caught when you do that illegal thing that you're doing. You feel me? So it's like there's no criminal out here that's like, yo, I'm always gonna be 100% lucky, because it just takes the cops or the feds to get lucky just one time. They're like, yo, this guy got to slip up one time, like one location, one transaction, one thing that we could check, the one thing that we can get him on. And like the feds, they got a 90% conviction rate, so it's just like, yo, things are probably not going to be good for him, especially when it comes to maybe the RICO Act, the gang thing, and this and that. But like, yo, like what I like to say, man, is like, yo, get on a legal hustle, bro. It's gonna take longer, but it's gonna feel good that you don't have to worry about feds watching you, because like, yo, I think they said they went back to 2010. Yo, we're in 2020, so that's 10 years. And he's probably thinking like, damn, like maybe they've been watching me just for a year or so or whatever. And, because I don't know what he's doing personally, but I just know how hood niggas roll. You feel me? Some nigga tells you about one hustle, then you like, okay, what's the risk? Oh, it doesn't seem like, too much risk. White collar crime. I think G Herbro got picked up too on some credit card stuff and whatever. So, let's see what's going to play out for him too as well. But, for the younger generation, yo, you got to stop this clout chasing, trying to, show people that you're a real G and whatever and blah, 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 because who you trying to impress? Like, you're trying to impress somebody out there. So now you're going to impress them, but you're going to be locked up in a, 3x5 cell with another nigga and, calling back home and nobody wants to pick up your phone calls. And, I know we've all been there or had family members that are locked up, and it's like, yo, they don't want to be there. They out the comfort of a woman, their own personal space and the freedom to do whatever they want, whether they got to serve a minute or the rest of their life. Nobody wants to be locked up in prison. You feel me? So,
Facts.
And the thing about the feds too, the feds, like you said, they go back to 2010. They're not like the local or the county or the state, legal actions. The feds will legitimately be as patient as fuck and wait on you. That's why they have that 90+% conviction rate, because they'll be like, oh, we've been watching you for 10 years building up this case. So that way, when we go in court, you take these L's. The feds will do that. That's why, the feds, they can't, they'd rather be like, yo, when they give a deal, niggas will take a fed deal because they know that 90%, that over 90% conviction rate is real for the feds. So people be like, yo, your lawyer, you could have $1 million lawyer. He'll look at you like, take the deal. Because they know what they up against. You know what I mean? Some people go on at it and win, but it's not in their cards. Because they legit, like you said, since 2010. So picture about it. There's been someone, some car, some plane, some person, some informant been watching your ass and reporting on you for at least 10 years. That's why that conviction rate is high, 90%. And then to go back on what you were saying as far as, get your hustle legalized. One thing about hustles, I don't care if you have a legit hustle or a legal hustle. The bubble pops on all of them. That's a fact. But at least when the bubble pops on a legal hustle, you can go home, hang your head, sleep, and think about the next way. When the bubble pops on an illegal hustle, that's your ass. You feel what I'm saying? And man, listen, everyone want to be tough out here in these streets, but I'll guarantee you, you can watch First 48. A lot of these niggas, man, like, yo, I'll say like, yo, 90% of niggas ain't built like that. All the niggas that you say tough, me mugging and run the streets, when they go to jail, you know what I mean? They wind up being bitches. They wind up staying in solitary confinement. You feel what I'm saying? Or they wind up, as soon as they close that door, what you want to know? Because they don't want that. You feel what I'm saying? So that's it. You know what I mean? I agree with both y'all, and I agree with what DJ Paul McAfee said. Yo, get on that legit shit, man. Yo, just be patient. Because one thing you can't do if you're doing something illegal, you will not outpatient the feds. Trust me.
To end this, I like to say in the words of French Montana, niggas lost meals trying to beat the feds. You feel me? Yo, like, even when people do beat them, it's millions. You feel me? Millions.
Yeah.
And that's probably even with serving some type of time as well.
One of the niggas that I know beat the feds, the nigga from Murder Inc., Irv Gotti, he beat the feds. He lost his company in the process of being the feds because how much money it took to beat him. which is part of the reason why the feds were going at him. They wanted to get rid of that whole Murder Inc. image. And, they were trying to racketeer and they're trying to say there's all this shit going on. So he beat it. It took 10 million plus to beat the feds, but he lost his company. So was it, you know what I mean? Like, was it worth it? Depends on who you ask.
All right, on to the next topic. So Power Book 2 is finally back. So I know my dog D Wise hasn't even watched Power. He ain't really interested like that, but I was happy to see it, man. It was a good episode, yo. Like straight up. Like I don't know what you want to say about it, Lance. You ended up getting a chance of watching it or not?
Oh yeah, I watched it. I couldn't wait for this shit to come back, bro. And they came back strong. I definitely have a new favorite character. I don't know. Are we giving them spoiler alerts? Do we care if they've seen it?
Yo, man, it's already
spoiler alert for D-Wise though. See, D-Wise still don't know who shot Ghost. So it's
what?
Bruh, having children, like shout out to all the fathers there that take care of the business and cook and clean and change diapers and all that. I swear it's so hard to form a new habit. Like I was behind, and every time I try to get into it, something popped off and this and that. I'm gonna make time for it, but I'm gonna be real, man. I just haven't got into it. You know what I mean? And everyone like, nigga, how the fuck? Nah, I apologize. It's a great show though. Everyone's but it's gonna happen. Hopefully it happens before book 2 goes off air.
I ain't gonna lie, this shit is righteous though. I like the way they setting it up. If you watch the original Power, then you can appreciate what's going on so far, the way it's looking. I ain't gonna tell you too much, but I'll say that.
Man, we could talk about it. Yo, so Kane, you saw when the father at the freaking the CEOs beat him up because he hit Mary J. Blige. Like, yo, now he's finna stir something up right now because you already saw him talking to the police. Like, yo, like
Well, it's about to be a problem.
Man, they should have watched it already. Fuck them.
Word. We just said spoiler alert like 3 times already.
Yeah.
Man, it's supposed to show already. It's already been a week.
Word, but that shit is setting up to be real serious. He put them boys on that block. Yeah. And that white boy should have known he can't act like that. You can't be trying to punk your brother and then get put in a real life situation and you out there looking like a straight bitch. That's the definition of a bitch ass nigga. You a bully, dog. You picking on your brother. You get out there on that block and you like, what? Hey, bro, can I use your phone? Come on, bro. It wasn't a good look for him.
Yeah. But you know what? Like, I felt the role was played very well. Because you know what? There's people that are like that. Like, they flexing their money. Like, we're Westerns. Da-da-da-da. So in his environment, he knows how to act. But in another environment, he can't survive. You feel me? And also, too, vice versa. A hood nigga may survive in his environment, like, running the corners of the block. But then he can't survive in an intellectual setting, maybe as well, wearing a suit and tie and competing with, with people that have degrees as well. So, it could go back and forth. You feel me? But he did seem like a little bitch when he was in the hood. You feel me? But he was a tough guy when he was on the campus, wrestling with his brother and just took his drugs like it was all good. I'm like, all right, you want to take people's drugs over here, but over here, like, you're a little bitch. Like, you feel me?
Facts.
So, the episode does. I feel like they're going the right way for a series that we didn't even want to watch to begin with Tyreek. You feel me? Now I want to see what happens with 2-Bit.
That's one of my favorite characters from Power. Yeah. I'm glad they brought him back. Tristan Thompson looking nigga.
Yeah, 2-Bit seemed like he trying to, like, once he come out, he probably really gonna probably link up with somebody and try to take over the streets of New York.
Facts. I want to know where they take his character because homie told him, like, right there, he said, yo, you'll be back slinging product in by the end of the week. So if they're gonna write that right back in. So I'm looking to see what they're gonna bring back.
For real. What I see, and also too, I want to see what happens with Tyreek. Honestly, like I don't want to see him get locked up. Tyreek looked like he can't survive in jail. It looked like some nigga would just yoke him up and just, oh, is your last name St. Patrick? And this is all over for his ass. You know?
It's funny. The direction of his character is almost like he's cerebral. It's like he wouldn't even have to do the tough shit. That's what I mean. Like it's almost like they're building him in his pop's image, minus the gangster shit. Because Ghost was a savage. Ghost will outthink you, and Ghost will put the work in. But they seem to be making this nigga like an intellectual earner. You know what I mean?
You know what? I agree with you on that. Because you know what? If he were to get locked up, he looked like he would, be talking to people's ear. Like, look, I could do this for you. I know somebody on the outside. I can get a phone. I could do this. I could do that. And he'll probably get, I forgot the dude that's in jail right now. Well, the one that he's running everything. What's his name again? The Spanish dude? That
Lorenzo?
Yeah, Lorenzo. For all you know, Tyreek get locked up, and Lorenzo is gonna be the one protecting him behind bars. He's like, yo, look, your operation is working. I need you to keep that shit working. And he'll probably have the other white boy doing everything for him. And you know that white boy, he probably gonna turn into the next Tommy.
Exactly. That's a bad motherfucker.
So that white boy is gonna probably turn crazy too. So So yo, Power Book 2, yo, we fucking with it over here at 25-8 The Culture. 50, keep doing your thing. The writers keep doing your thing. Yo, if you need us in Power Book 3 Miami, like yo, shout us out.
Facts.
On to the next topic. Yo, people buying PlayStation 5 photos. That they buying a photo. And it says in the description, you are buying the photo of a PlayStation 5. You are not buying a PlayStation 5 system, just a fucking photo. Yo, I don't know. If I wish I would have thought about it.
Yeah. During the holiday season, because they always do a rush for toys and electronics and TVs and computers and laptops and all that shit. So when they run out of stuff, people get desperate. So they're feeding on people's, being desperate, being in that emotion, not using your head, but going off the feeling and trying to be rushed and make quick decisions. And like you said, I'm not even mad they bought the photos. I'm mad that I didn't think about doing it first, because there's a disclaimer right there on there. This is a photo of the PS5 by one bomb. And this happened over in England because this is the pounds. So, pounds are worth more than dollars. So they were dropping bread on these photos that equated, $6,000 was one of the bids. $10,000 was another bid on photos. And it says right there, as you're looking at the picture, this is a PS5 photo. Bid start, because people are desperate because they want to get it. So you got no one to blame but yourself on that one. I've never been that desperate. I can wait. That's crazy. How you explain that to whoever? Imagine you drop 10 bands. Now you got to go home to your husband or your wife and be like, I thought I was getting the PS5, but it's just a photo. And you drop 10 bands on it. Explain that. That's crazy.
I told the scammers to get at me like 4 episodes ago. I wanted in on some of this action. You know what I'm saying? We selling photos out here? Nah, bro. The problem is people gotta read. This is flat out sad. We can make all the jokes about it we want to. It says this is a photo. That's nuts. That's nuts. It's a pandemic, and you people are rushing to buy a fucking PlayStation to the point where you don't read the description where it says this is a photo of a PS5. You deserve it.
Yo.
You fucking deserve it. I did. That's it. But y'all should have hit us up. Y'all got our information. We could have went in on this. For you people that bought it, yo, you deserve it. That's ridiculous. A PS5, assholes.
Yo, shout out to PlayStation. Send us some PS5s over here too. You feel me? We'll gladly appreciate it.
That's a fact.
Send a new Xbox.
Give me a couple of games, so damn games are expensive as hell. You feel me? Just don't send me the system. Send me a few games. I like sports games. You feel me? So,
At least 2 controllers too, because I already know the controller thing. 1 controller is you find by yourself, but boy, as soon as your man's come over, you gotta pass it back and forth. That shit play out real quick.
I don't know why my man think he playing my damn PS5. He came over to watch me play it. You ain't put in on this.
Yeah, you know,
so how the siblings can't play.
Come on, man. You know how niggas get. You be losing in the game and you throw the controller. You throw my PS5 remote, I'm putting your ass to sleep.
Yeah, you need a deposit just to play. You feel me?
Might be. Yo, take off that chain and put it on my table, bro. You know what it is.
Nah, I wouldn't even do it, yo.
Yeah, and then to find a replacement for the controller, even with the chain, you might have the money, but you ain't gonna be able to get the product.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, so next topic. Yo, so breakdancing is gonna become an official Olympic sport. The next Olympics will be held in 2024 in Paris. Yo, so first of all, nigga, when I was a jit, dog, I was a breakdancer, dog. It's a pop lock, you know, all that little shit, you know, doing all that shit. Now I'm a big boy, nigga. I don't even dance. I just, you know, I just post on the wall now. You feel me? You know, I a little bit, and you know, I'll be like, that's my shit. But back in the day, when I was in middle school, you know, me and my homies used to get together, you know, we used to break dance and all that shit, whatever. So, yo, it's kind of crazy, like how something started in New York in the 1970s, and you know, and got popular over the years, and now actually becoming an Olympic fucking sport is mind blowing to me. You feel me? You know, it makes me think about you know, these break dancers like Turbo, Crazy Legs, Battle of the Year '96, like all these crazy breakdancing movies growing up, and this whole b-boy lifestyle and whatever like that. And also, like, this is real hip hop, dog. Like, you feel me? Like, just the way of you know, the boom box and the cardboard, and you know, and stuff like that. You feel me? You know, I'll be thinking about like just listening to like James Brown, like you know, like damn, what's that song from Breakdown? I can't remember right now, but whatever, nigga. You feel me? So what's your thoughts, D-Wise?
Now I think that like it'd be a lie to say like when this first started, imagine if you like originator or you were doing this back in the day. Which, yo, being from New York, everyone got that cardboard box. You broke it down so it's flat, and you try something. You know, whether you were good or not, but it was just like a way of passing. It's like, yo, let's give it a shot. Let me see if I can imitate any of the moves I see doing. So it's dope. I feel like it's something that our culture, like our, you know, our age group, we all tried it. We all dabbled in it. We knew somebody. If you didn't do it, you knew someone that was doing it, and you always thought it was dope. You know what I mean? You saw a nigga spin on his head, you're like, yo, that shit is raw, my nigga. But I didn't see, and I'm being honest, I didn't see it get into becoming an Olympic sport. I saw what was going on with it. I saw that breakdancing left New York and went all over across this country. They started going to the world, to the masses. You know, they have Red Bull breakdancing competitions in Japan. The Japanese people are doing it. They have it in Brazil. Brazilian people are doing it. They have it in France. French people are doing it. And it was like, yo, the way how much of this this has grown is crazy. And now for it to be an Olympic sport, I'm definitely going to be watching the Olympic sport. I know the Americans got to train because I've seen these French and these Asians do some things. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I would love to get a gold medal in breakdancing. That's something that I feel like everyone that wants to be in this competition, they should be busting their ass and trying super hard, because there's nothing like being the first gold medalist in breakdancing. That would be hard. So I would love for that to come home back to the US. I think it's great for the culture. I think it's great for hip hop, because no one's breakdancing the classical music. No one's breakdancing to rock and roll. No one's breakdancing to country music. They're going to play hip hop. You know what I mean? That's what they're going to do to breakdance. It might be in a different language, but they're going to have those beats. They're going to have that rhythm. You know what I'm saying? And then the rap culture in America, like everybody around the world will play older rap songs because they're just behind us as far as where we're at in hip hop. So they play, you know, what we would say is old school stuff. I think it's going to be great. As soon as you hear that first, might come out the DMX and they do it, then you're gonna be like, yo, you know what I mean? This is gonna be raw. I think it's gonna be very entertaining. And shout out. And with this door opening, who knows what's next?
I'm gonna be honest with you, like this breakdancing shit is fire. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not one of those dudes who ever tried it. I've always been a a husky brother, and we ain't the best break dancers. So
you never pop locked it. You've done something. You might not spun, but you did a little juking. You did something, my nigga.
I do the worm, like I did the
Boom!
worm, like yeah. All right. Okay, now look. See now what you gonna force me to say off that is this ain't no fucking Olympic sport. Like this is nice. Like I like to see it. I'd be entertained. But if we have upgraded breakdancing to an Olympic sport, I propose blunt rolling as an Olympic sport. I'm just saying.
I think you just want a gold medal in the crib.
Hey, yo, son, I'm telling you, imagine, you can have Russian rollers, French rollers, American rollers. Lay the pound out there, lay down a box of Dutches, and we wow, fucking roll them. Come on, son, that would be more entertaining than the breakdancing. We could put the hip hop on in the back and all that, and then you could watch us enjoy.
Yo, to be honest, who will probably win that might be like an older woman, yo, because I used to work right next door to a cigar shop, and it was some old Cuban lady, like, in her 70s, with the old school table, just rolling up cigars and, whatever like that. So it'll probably be, it won't be like, Tyrone from Compton rolling the best blunts. It's gonna be some old lady from like Ecuador.
No, it's gonna be Lance winning the fucking blunt competition because ain't nobody out rolling me in my Dutch.
I don't think they're gonna let you roll with like marijuana though, because how do you test your blunt rolling capability? Someone's got to smoke it, and that's gonna be a lot of smoking for a judge to do. He gonna be hot. Like by the time he gets to the 6th country, he's like, I can't do this shit no more.
Hey, it's an Olympic sport now. You have to go above and beyond the call of duty. It's for a gold medal.
I know that Jamaican blunt may win. You feel me? Maybe that Cali blunt. You feel me? Who knows?
Listen, something about rolling, and it'd be good. I'll probably put money on it. I don't know if it's ready for the Olympics, but niggas would legitimately put bread on it. Like Snoop Dogg has a roller that has a 401k plan that makes $100,000 a year, and his job is to roll blunts. That's it. He's got healthcare and everything, and he gets raises every year. So he's probably past 100,000 now.
It's a fucking shame. I didn't know about this. Snoop, holla at me. I'm there with my 4 box of Dutches, and I'm calling them out.
Oh,
4 blunts for your job.
All right, man. Next topic, yo. Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott sworn in with a fresh flowing fade. I seen the picture. It looked fresh.
Absolutely. That barber took care of, that was a good edge up that he did. I fucks with it. You know what I mean? For the culture, though, that shit's dope. We always have to come off as, we have to be that clean-cut Negro. You know what I mean? And that shit's whack. You know what I mean? Like, how can I run for change and I'm fighting for what's really inside of my own heart? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is his normal. You know what I'm saying? He grows his hair, he goes to the barber. He's representing the community he came from. He's representing who he is. That to me, I was like, he is a proud Black man that won the office of Baltimore to be the mayor. Like, that's the most pride right there. I don't know his policies. I don't know what he's gonna do, but I just like the image it is. Because now, like, that kid that's got cornrows, that kid that got braids, that kid that's got a fro, or that kid that's got a high top, whatever it is, he doesn't have to be like, in order for me to get to this level, I have to change who I am or what I like so I can be on this side of the fence. You can just look at your mayor in Baltimore and be like, he did it, so now it gives belief that I can do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's real deeply rooted, and it's a great message for the community and for everybody.
I like to add on to that. I know if you ever seen it, say, make Black hair professional and normal. Like I always hate when, say, I may see like a Black woman with her hair permed. I'm like, I feel like she feels obligated to perm her hair with those chemicals that are harming her because she can't have that job if her hair was out and curly or puffy or she had cornrows or maybe certain type of hairstyles are considered to be ghetto or not professional. So they need to normalize, Black men with dreadlocks or cornrows or whatever, and women as well, because I'm like, yo, there was a time that I was growing my hair and then I was being, asked like, hey, what's going on there? Like, I noticed you're looking a little whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just in the process of just regrowing my dreadlocks, whatever, dreadlocks. Like, you feel me? I'm like, yeah, I'll keep them neat. Like, they didn't like that. You feel me? And then, just feeling that pressure, you just be like, man, my paycheck or my culture? Because like for me, it's a cultural thing. I'm West Indian Jamaican. You feel me? So it's like in my Jamaican culture, we got dreadlocks. Dreadlocks comes from India, the whole, from India and stuff like that is like the dreadlocks. You feel me? And I kind of felt like you were, oppressing my culture. You feel me? And it's like it's okay for me to be your culture. So it's like I have to change, so you don't have to change. So it's like when you're oppressing yourself and your true identity, yo, you always feel like like, oh, when I'm at work, I gotta talk like this, like But if a white guy was like, hey, what's up, man? It's okay. But you say what's up, man? It's like, yo, can you tone down your blackness or your ghetto-ness and say, yes, sir. But if they say, yeah, it's okay. Like, you feel me? So, hair discrimination to me is a problem. I remember, I think it was last year, I think New York City became the first city to ban hair discrimination against dreadlocks and stuff like that, which I thought it was cool. And it's like, man, it kind of made me feel like I want to start a petition for, Dade County, Broward County, South Florida. Like, yo, we need to ban hair discrimination, even though they probably still won't hire you anyway. They won't say it, but it needs to be normalized, and everybody's culture needs to be normalized or accepted. If I see, an Indian guy and he wears a turban, like I'm like, oh, you can't wear your turban at my job. Like, you feel me? Like, yo, that's his culture. Stop trying to be like everybody got to be your culture. Like, yo, fuck that. You feel me? So it was cool to see this guy with his afro and stuff like that. Like normalize black hair. Like, this needs to be normal. It shouldn't be offensive that he has to have a low boy or, especially being in a position of of authority and power and stuff like that. So that's my take on it.
No, I agree 100%. Like, stop trying to destroy black culture. That's what it comes down to. I can be better than you at your job, at the same job, but because my hair look different, you'll find every excuse in the book to put obstacles in my way. So let's get rid of that. That's foolishness, and I feel like we're getting closer, or at least we're moving in the right direction as far as that's concerned. As for the last 10 years and all of that, so that's major for us. As far as the mayor with the afro, yeah, the man hair is clean. The line is clean. It's good to see a fro. You know what I'm saying? But me being me, I could care less. I don't know nothing about him. If he didn't have the fro cleaned up nice, I wouldn't know nothing about him. So the hair caught my eye. Maybe I'll peek in and pay a little bit more attention to his policies and what happens in his run as mayor. But outside of it being a cool photo, it's not a big deal to me. Hate to be that guy, but now if he start killing it, you know what I'm saying, and he going around in the fro after whooping some ass in a courtroom or laying it down with some new policies that actually affect positive change, now you may hear me say something different. I may be walking around with the pick in my hair lined up real nice, but as of right now, it's just a dope picture to me.
All right, man, on to the next topic. COVID vaccinations, yo. What are your thoughts, yo? Like, me personally, I'm one of them anti-vaccination people. Call me crazy. It is what it is. I feel a lot of black people, they don't want to get vaccinated because, our trust level with the government, you feel me? So it's like, I feel like a lot of black people, like, the meme's been out there, like, people willing to pop mollies, do cocaine, eat somebody's ass, but they won't take this fucking vaccine. Yo, first of all, dog, ain't fucking taking the vaccine, nigga. Straight up. Just like that. Ain't taking that fucking shit. How the hell you got a vaccine for fucking COVID-19 in less than a year, but can't solve all these other fucking health issues out here? You feel me? To me, it sounds like something has to deal with money. How come China right now, where fucking COVID fucking started, son? Everything over there cool in China. No vaccine. They just chilling over there, living back they normal life day to day. But all of a sudden in America, we need this vaccine so somebody can make trillions of dollars off of us. You feel me? Like, yo, man, like, you know, you gotta use your common sense. You feel me? Everybody gotta make their choice. You feel me? Like, this is my personal choice. You feel me? Don't be like, oh, Pablo Magby said you don't take vaccine. Like, if you want to take a vaccine, that's on you, my nigga. But they're already talking about this vaccine can alter your RNA and DNA. Like, yo, alter my RNA and DNA? Like, what the hell?
Thanks.
You know, so if people don't know what RNA is, go check that out. You feel me? You know, it's like it's a part of your genetic makeup and stuff like that. So I have no idea what's going to happen to my sperm when I have if I have another child or whatever like that. If their DNA and RNA all of a sudden is altered and stuff like that. You feel me? You know, I guess I'm one of those crazy conspiracy assist people that be thinking the government trying to kill me slowly though. As long as they're making some type of profit off of me. You feel me? So that's my take on it so far.
Yeah, those things get messed up. You might come out with a blonde hair, blue-eyed Asian kid, and then everyone
they'll see me on Murray
mixed up. So what's going on? This is how I feel about it, you know. And let me hit how things got into it. You know, recently Dr. Fauci, who is the head of the CDC, has been talking about taking the vaccinations and it's good for you and all this other stuff. And former presidents and the Joe Biden, the new vice president Kamala Harris is saying they want to take it publicly so everyone can see it and everything because they know there's a deep mistrust with people. It was at 50% or a little over 50% of people said they don't want to take the vaccination, period, because they don't trust the government. And then you hear these rumors that, you know, they want to give it to the low income areas first. So that already means Black and brown people. When they say that thing, they're triggering, oh, the majority Black and brown people are in these cities or in the lower income areas. So they want to give it to them first. So, you know, one of the things he said, he's like, oh, to my African-American brothers and sisters, you know, the one that created the vaccine was, African-American woman. She made the vaccine, trying to plead his case that it's safe for people to take because he knows in the Black community, there's a huge distrust for vaccinations, probably because of something called, you can look it up, the Tuskegee experiment. You know, there's certain things that's been affected us since younger that they've done things towards us. So that doesn't make us trust the government and vaccinations and taking injections and stuff like that. And it's crazy that they have to talk to us and not talk to everyone else. They're talking to us because they know, like Black people, like, you know, I said this, if I take it, I'm not going to be the first one in line. I'll be damned if I said I'll wait 6 months to get my Xbox, but I'll be first one in line to go get a vaccination. That's just stupid. So, you know, you don't want to be the guinea pig. And that's what everyone feels like. Is this a good or a bad idea? Only time will tell. I know they're trying to get rid of this COVID, but you really got to build up the trust. And then even with that, they're saying all these people are going to take the president's past president, the soon-to-be president, who's the president-elect, Joe Biden, the vice president-elect, Kamala Harris, is going to take it live. But then you got things like, they'll probably just take a, you know what I'm saying, what's the vitamin thing called? A
vitamin K shot or some shit like that.
Yeah, vitamin K shot, and that's what they're giving, and then give everyone else the shit. It's too early, man, and no one's, like, you know the problem ahead of you. And even if you do get vaccinations for other things, you know, this one is too brand new. So I would definitely, my opinion is like, I'm gonna wait this thing out. I'm not gonna be a guinea pig. I need to see what's going on with everybody else. They ain't getting me. You know what I mean? I don't give a damn. Not yet, too soon.
I just want to comment too. Like, I haven't done any research on this shit, but I see some people post like, yo, this shit's gonna be mandatory. If not, I guess people that, you know, have government assistance, they're gonna stop their assistance, their food stamps, they this, they that. I'm like, yo, so you basically, you know, forcing me or forcing the people who have those assistants to take something that they feel is gonna harm them or give harm to them later down the road by taking away your housing, your food stamps, shit like that. I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is, that's some fuck nigga shit from the government. You feel me? Another thing too, there's vaccine exemptions forms. I don't know if there's going to be a vaccine exemption for religious reasons for this whole COVID vaccination stuff, which you could look into that. So yeah, that's another 2 cents that I had on that.
Yeah, that's a fact though. You said they were talking about taking away people's food stamps and all that. That to me sounds crazy because you'll go out of your way to inconvenience people like that for a vaccine, but you won't inconvenience them and mandate them to eat healthy. Like that's scary to me. You'll mandate a needle in the arm, but not mandate a healthy diet. They said proper immune system has been key to beating and preventing COVID. The best way to strengthen your immune system is to eat better, drink better, and just overall live a healthier lifestyle. And you're promoting a needle in the arm over those options. Makes no sense to me. Also, if we've developed this vaccine in this amount of time, I can't help but think why none of these companies have been this motivated to find a cure for cancer, to find a cure for AIDS, to find a cure for diabetes. You motherfuckers is on a money chase for a fucking a disease, and I will not sit here and discredit this disease. You will not get that out of me. But you also will not get from me an understanding of why you motherfuckers is chasing the money bag for this when people are dying from diabetes every day. It's affecting people's lives every day. Cancer is ruining families. It's changing the way people live. And y'all are worried about COVID. I'm sorry, it rubs me the wrong way. I guess you basically can tell you ain't giving me no fucking vaccine. I ain't taking a motherfucking flu shot since I lived in my mama's house. So, and the flu killing motherfuckers out here right now. So I guess I very much don't trust this government at all. I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but I've been blessed with free will and a sound mind, so I'm allowed to think. And if something don't smell right, it don't smell right. And that's how I feel about this vaccine. It don't smell right. Somebody should have been trying to break the bank, trying to cure cancer. That's how you really change the world.
I agree with everything you just said. The timely fashion, you did this so quick, but you guys still haven't figured out the cure to the common cold. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. And like you guys just basically do your educated best guess when it comes to giving out flu vaccinations because there's so many strands. So you guys like, I think this one looks like the way it's gonna be. We'll make sure we give out that. And it's all this other shit they had. I feel like we haven't cured anything since polio. Because all the money, as we could say, goes into the medicine. It doesn't go into the cure. If I can make you take this medicine for the rest of your life, that's more money pharmaceutical companies get than just one and done. That's it. So solid point. I agree with you, Lance.
Yo, bro, you get sick. I go to the store. I get Dayquil. I get NyQuil. You know what I'm saying? And shit, I might have the flu. I get Dayquil and NyQuil. You gonna tell me they ain't got something there for COVID? Dayquil and NyQuil, that's over the counter. I don't even go to the doctor if I get sick. But COVID came along and it's a needle in the arm or nothing. I don't know, bro. I'm allowed to think. I'll say that. I'm allowed to think.
Absolutely. And with the healthy thing, it's crazy. If they really wanted to switch up the government feeding thing for people on food stamps, quick little solution. I believe that if you eat healthy, because we all know eating healthy costs more money. It's a fact. Whenever you're doing the health tip, been there. When I'm doing meal preps, when I'm getting better quality meats, better quality cheeses, better quality vegetables, better quality whatever, it costs more. So I believe that if you eat healthy, they should give you, on the people that have food stamps, they should give you this much more money to influence healthy eating. And what I'm saying? And if you're not about being, vegan or being, eating organic or whatever, you get, this much money. It doesn't mean, but it's to encourage you. We'll give you more money if you eat healthy, which can solve these problems, a healthy immune system. But if you don't, I mean, you stay with this amount of money, not to shrink it, but I guarantee you, they're like, listen, we'll give you $700 to eat healthy, or we'll give you $400 to eat what you want. Guarantee you, a lot of people are like, you know what? $700 to eat healthy? I'm gonna at least give it a shot. And then once you start eating healthy, I'm telling you, man, you feel better, you do better. Shit, for all my niggas out there, sex is better because you got more energy, yo. And then you got a girl, she eating better, it's a little wetter. So it's all good. You know what I'm saying? So eat healthy, I'm telling you, there's so many perks.
Yo, it'd be cool if the food stamp card, like, you know, that you swipe the food stamp card. Look, I've gone to a grocery store, right? And I've seen people with 2 shopping carts full of like Tostitos, cup noodles, chips, like everything frozen, like no vegetables in the cart, no, not even meat in the cart. Just be like hot pockets in that bitch. You feel me? Like everything that you could just microwave. You feel me? Hot pocket this and whatever stuff like that too. And then not even juice like that drink. Like, you feel me? Like the one that costs 99 cents, but it's a whole gallon. You feel me? And you know juice costs like $5. Like, you feel me? You know. And then, you know, I'll see them pull up to the front, check out them 2 carts, and then they'll pay all that shit with food stamp money. You feel me? I'm like, yo, they should switch it up. It's like, look, if you pick up that garbage, it won't get approved for it. You feel me? It gotta be from the fresh produce, you know? So it's just like fruits, vegetables, rice, grains, you know, meat as in chicken, eggs, whatever, cheese. But yo, none of these hot pocket bullshits, top ramen noodles, all that bullshit that's causing the diabetes and the high blood pressure and the cholesterol issues and stuff like that. You feel me?
But with what you said though, if you were to go that route, it's gonna be more expensive. You feel what I'm saying? People eat that way because they're trying to stretch their dollar. If you're in that situation when you're getting food stamps, you probably don't have a lot of income and you need some help, you need some assistance. It's cheaper to go get those ramen noodles that are, you know what I'm saying, $12 for $1 than for me to actually let me go get this fresh made pasta that you can see, you know what I mean? Let me go get some real tomato sauce. Let me go get the proper things. By the time you do an actual proper healthy dish, you know what I mean? You don't spend 3 to 4 more times how much it is than them ramen noodles.
Yeah. I love how you try to be sensible and like break it down. But you know some of these motherfuckers are scamming. Come on, D.
Oh, nigga.
We talk about the scamming motherfuckers.
I'm still a nigga at heart. I know the game because I didn't pay the, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, everyone knows someone that paid a nigga, like when they're about to do a huge party, yo, go give that nigga that's got their card, give them some cash for their card or whatever. Niggas do that. You know what I'm saying? So niggas definitely play the game. Or niggas don't give a fuck too. Like, I'm not gonna say doing the option gives you this much money because there's still gonna be niggas that we talking about. It's $700 for healthy food. I'm sorry. They're still gonna be like, well, I'm gonna use the $400 for the bullshit. You can't convince everybody. You can't save everybody. But the options there, people are willing to try it. You know what I mean?
All right, so talking about food, Colin Kaepernick got his own ice cream now with Ben and Jerry's, and it's actually vegan, and all proceeds goes to Know Your Rights.
You said vegans. You said it's vegan, so I'm out.
Just talking about eating healthy, Lance. Nah, son, I can't give you that. That's a healthier lifestyle.
That's a slow death. Are you kidding me? A flavorless, a lifeless.
It's not flavorless.
Come on, vegan, bro.
I'll be real with you. The thing is, it's non-dairy, so it makes it vegan.
Bro.
Here we go.
You can't have no ice cream without dairy.
This one's a non-dairy alternative.
Listen, all right, cool. So the only way I'm rocking.
Nah, I eat non-dairy ice cream, coconut base.
Oh, see now I like coconut. But okay, all right. So I'm gonna be honest. The only way this is a hit for me is if it don't give me the shits in the morning. Because if I eat a pint of Haagen-Dazs, I'm fucked up in the morning. But if I can eat this and have no stomach issues, I won't complain.
I mean, I'll be real with you. It's an alternative. I don't know how it tastes. Now, the flavor sounds good because it's like chocolate, caramel, graham cracker chunks. So it's got some shit going in there. Like, don't think it's the healthiest thing ever. It's just vegan accessible that they can eat it. But I like, in general, even without being vegan, I like the move that Ben & Jerry's is making, because on the carton of the non-dairy ice cream, it's a picture of him with his fro out with the Black Power fist, and it says it's called Change the World ice cream that's on there. So I like that they're supporting this black man who basically gave up his career to fight for rights of black people, and saying, like, he kicked it off before it was popular, as everyone can remember, and he wound up getting blackballed from the NFL because of it. And he was just like, yo, know your rights, yo. These people are killing us. I sat down from the flag because they were killing unarmed black men, and I had enough. So it's cool that they're supporting the movement. Maybe, we can all try it on the show. We can give it the thumbs up, thumbs down.
I'm with it.
You know what I mean? So I'll try to we'll do something like that. But I gotta tell the truth, because part of me is like, just lie, D, because that Ben & Jerry's is supporting the black man. But I couldn't do that to you. You know what I'm saying? And I like it. Nike supported them, Ben & Jerry's, all these other people coming up and supporting them. And that's what we need in our community. We need support from, people gotta understand, black people are the #1 consumers of all products. We get shit popping. We make these companies money. We put it in our music. We make it into the lifestyle. We make it so it's like, once you see us wearing it, it's approved. You feel what I'm saying? So we're the #1 consumer in ice cream. I would guarantee it. And Ben & Jerry's is doing the right thing. Like, you make so much money off of us, makes, give back. So it's just right.
All right, so I saw this on the docket. 900 customers in Minnesota pay it forward to a DQ drive-through.
Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen, my nigga?
Yeah, DQ, Dairy Queen.
I know, I'm just saying.
I mean, yeah, I do fuck with the blizzards.
But you don't be getting non-dairy blizzards.
They don't got non-dairy blizzards.
That's cool. In the climate that we're in the world that we're in, they did 900 pay it forwards, meaning like, y'all be either seen the YouTube videos. If not, basically you order something like, hey, I'm gonna pay for the person, in front of me's meal, whatever, and you just keep it going. So that way, like, oh yeah, your meal's already been taken care of. The person is paying for it. And you're like, oh, and then you give it to the next person, like, oh, and it keeps going. And it usually stops after one full lineup. But in Minnesota, and we know all the shit that's happened there, the Fergusons and all the other bullshit, they did it lasted from Thursday to Saturday, and they got up to 900 customers, and they ranked in about, I want to say, $10,000 to $12,000. $10,000 to $12,000 from that pay it forward shit. So that's what's up. It's just good to see something positive going on out of all the bullshit that's up. I just feel like, who was that guy that stopped it? Like, it was about to be 901. The news reporters there getting ready to say, oh, it's crazy. It's been going on since Thursday. And niggas like, nah, I'm good. They just took their food and left.
That's a fact. Is it wrong? Is it wrong that I want to know who that guy is? Dairy Queen needs to release the footage of who this scumbag is. 900 and you chose to be the one?
But you think they knew? You feel me? Like, do you think they knew there was a streak going on?
Well, yeah, the way they were telling the story, it sounded like they were telling people. Like, they were letting people know your meal was taken care of. Do you want to keep it going? And so it sounded like he had to know, or he or she had to know. So that's a little fucked up, my G, but it is what it is. As far as the streak, that's dope. Yeah. Anytime you can get that many people who care enough to give back on any level, large or small, it's always dope to see. So it's dope, but we do want to know who that is. I noticed you ain't clout chasing on that one. Why you ain't on the gram now talking about, yeah, it was me, I didn't pay it forward? We want to know who it is.
Would you guys kept it going? Lance?
Nigga, 100%.
All right, I'm just asking.
Yeah.
And I spoke to someone and they said they would have been like, yeah, fuck it. Like, you know what I mean? So I was like, damn, like, really? They'd be like, yo, the person said I got college to pay for. I got, you know what I mean? They got so much other things going on. So I was like, yo, that's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't talk all that shit, and then you might have told me it's like 900 people, and I might have still been like, that's enough. That's no big deal. So if I don't like that excuse about the school and all that, if you want to do it, just don't pay it forward. I might have not done it and just went on Instagram and be like, yeah, it was me. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is.
Yo, so the last topic, until we get into sports news, Olivia Jade, the whole college admission scandal that went on with her parents try to bribe to get in, and they're I guess being locked up right now for 60 days, and then I guess they'll get house arrest. Yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
All right. Everyone's heard of the scandal. If not, like DJ Paul McAfee said, it was a college admission scandal. If you ever watched Full House, you saw the actress name is Loughlin. If I'm fucking it up, I apologize. But she was on Full House. She was Aunt Becky. That was her character. So in real life, she has 2 daughters, and she actually did it for both daughters. The one who got caught was the youngest. So it was at USC in California. She paid illegally, basically paid somebody that was like the college handler, like the professional college recruiter, like he goes there and puts get you into their school. And basically they're saying that he won with they paid this guy $500,000. Don't know how much he kept for his fee, but then he gave, anywhere from, let's say, $300,000, $200,000, whatever. You don't know. They're still going over the details of his case because he's getting time now. To the dean straight up and been like, here's the money. Let my daughter, let this person in. She gets in. Boom. The way I felt about this, because it's getting like reblasted up again, because she was recently on the Red Table Talk, and the daughter finally told her story, and let everyone know how she felt and what was going on. I gotta say this. First off, if you came from a family with means or money, this is how the game's played. But like she even said, she was confused. She didn't see anything wrong because she knows that that's how her environment gets people into college. They put money in. How you're supposed to do it is legally. How you put money in, for people who are wondering, like, well, what's really wrong? You're supposed to buy a wing. You donate to the college, you buy a ring, you donate a wing. You buy a statue for them. You write a check to the university, and they give you so many points when you apply, saying, oh, your family are donors? Okay, that's a point. Did your family go here? Okay, that's another point. Are your grades good? Okay, they're above this GPA? Okay, that's a point. You know what I mean? All the other stuff. So it's supposed to give you more points so you can get accepted by the college. They're not supposed to take the money straight cash, put it in their pocket to the individual, and he goes to the admission dean, put you in. So that was the illegal fact about everything. How I feel about this, like truly, I was kind of, after I watched the interview on Red Table Talk, they called Jada Pinkett's mother Ganny. I was kind of feeling her argument towards everything. She's like, this is white privilege at the fullest. There's so much more going on in the Black community, she was saying, that you shouldn't be here. Like, this is a waste of time. Her other argument was, if it was a Black person, would the white community open up the way we're opening up to this white girl, which was a solid point. I just felt like, and then her other thing that I agree with, she's like, after this is all said and done, I believe we're wasting time because you're gonna be okay. Your parents got a slap on the wrist. Your mom and dad come for money. They're in jail for 60 days. They come out, they pay a $150 fine, which is nothing to them. And they go back and live their lives. You were very embarrassed, she was saying, but are you going to change? So I kind of felt that, like, she's gonna be okay. This ain't it's a big deal. She cheated the people that actually have to get a scholarship to go to that school, or they're not going. She cheated the people that had to get 4 jobs to go to that school so they could pay for their semesters out of pocket. She cheated the people that could definitely get in. But, it became a big deal because she finally told her story, and that's what it is. And I just feel like, she got white privilege. This is how the game's played. How many people did this happen before she got caught? I'm not naive to think that she is the only person to ever do this. I think because of the level of success her parents have, she was very high in the totem pole as far as popularity and fame, and she even had a buzz with her YouTube and Twitter account and stuff like that. So because of the level of success and how much they're out there, that connected the dots. But there's way more people. They said there's other 60 indictments of things that's supposed to happen because of this. But those are just the people at that school that got caught. This is probably happening in all 50 states and Puerto Rico.
I saw the story. I saw the Red Table Talk. Once I saw that we were doing this, I said, "Yo, let me figure out what's going on here. Let me make sure I know what I'm talking about." So first off, Aunt Becky still look good. Aunt Becky was a fine little thing on Full House, and she still got it. That's number one.
You would smash?
So yeah. So number two, I don't. we don't speak on married women, sir.
Oh, okay. Oh, she got a divorce. You out at it though?
We are above this. At the moment, she is married, sir.
Go ahead, man.
So, yo, okay.
Someone get Lance for Hennessy. I need some truth.
This story is not a big deal to me.
Mm.
I could care less that somebody who has a little bit more than the average did what they had to do in their mind to give their child a head start. Oh my God, they're terrible people. This is ridiculous. I couldn't care less. Aunt Becky has paid a greater price than the people who killed George Floyd. Why do I care about this? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a college scandal. This is not a big deal. Even to the point where she shows up on the show and she's like, "Oh, I just didn't know I was privileged, and this is congratulations. Your parents accomplished their goal to put you in a situation where you're not worried about things that you haven't experienced." That's a good thing. Don't go on no Red Table Talk and try to diminish the experience that your parents worked hard to give you. I don't even care about the admission scandal on a level where, you remember a couple years ago, Puff's kid went to UCLA on a football scholarship. People were mad at that, talking about Puff got money. Why he taking opportunity away from a kid who may not have money? For those that don't know sports, you don't take nothing from somebody else in a sport that you didn't earn. If that boy got that scholarship, it's because he was better than somebody else, and people were upset about that. So I'm not sure what the problem is. My biggest problem in this entire situation is the Red Table Talk. Jada Pinkett looking up there, sitting there looking like she going Super Saiyan. The mama over there giving the young girl the death stare, while Willow is the living embodiment of Black privilege. Nobody sit there and say, this girl Willow has done music. I don't think she's going to formal school. What exactly has Willow done that would be considered normal or regular, or that wouldn't be provided by the hard work of her parents? It blew my mind to sit there and watch that grown-ass woman who's had her own personal battles in life look at that young girl and try to villainize her because she didn't realize how good she had it. Come on, man. Come on, that seemed very unnecessary to me. Of course she's going to be good. Her parents have money. They've done well. Same thing with your kids. How many? I'm not sure why they're so angry at her. It really bothered me. She came on there. I feel like maybe even she did the interview to maybe even restart her YouTube career. That could be maybe why she looked at her like that. But me sitting there watching, I really didn't like the energy at the table that was given to that young woman by the adults at that table. Come on, your granddaughter is privileged.
100%, I agree.
Hypocrisy at its finest, bro.
I just think the major difference was that Willow hasn't been caught in a scandal yet. She's definitely privileged. Like Jada said, we provided things and you guys might not took advantage of it, but I listen to everybody, you provided stuff. The thing is that she got caught up in a scandal that was like, an illegal scandal, which she has said it was wrong. She didn't back up her parents' play. She said, my parents worked hard to make sure we could go do this and that. So she admitted things. And I felt like they call her Gammy lightened up a little bit after the lady talked. After she said her truth, she said what she wants to do. She said her story. She lightened up a little bit, which was probably necessary to do. Because at the end of the day, like you said, you're 3 adults and she's maybe 21, anywhere from 19 to 21. She's probably in that age group, definitely. I had to look at it too. It's like, but I can't say she was fully aware of what her parents were doing. That exact thing. She probably knew they were giving up money to do colleges, but like she said, everyone in my neighborhood's parents gave up money so their kids could go to college, the preferred college. They probably just did it in a legal matter, or they did it in an illegal manner but didn't get caught. That's why I don't feel like she was name dropping. You know what I'm saying? Because this is about her. So I think that was just the only difference. Like, yeah, Willow, the whole family, from the oldest, Trey, to Willow, to Jaden, they're all privileged. You can't knock that out at all. But I do believe that, since they haven't got caught in a scandal yet, they're allowed to, raise your chin up a little high, like, yo, we didn't do that. We got money. We do things a certain way. So I think that's the difference.
I'm going to be honest with you. Well, there is a difference in money. Will Smith is worth like $300 million by himself. So that kind of money covers up a little bit more scandal than what I think Becky has access to. So I'll lead with that. And then secondly, I'll say Jada Smith is walking around in women's clothing. If that ain't a scandal, just because you got paid for it, I don't know what is. Now I'm not knocking it, but I'm not knocking him. It's his choice. I could care less. But I'm just saying, how many other black kids could do that and just be like, hey, I'm good, I'm confident, I'll be good no matter what. My dad is Will Smith. How did Jada Smith earn those acting roles in those movies with his dad? That's called privilege.
Absolutely.
Willow Smith was I think Willow Smith was like 16 years old or 15 years old. She was in the bed with a 18-year-old 18-year-old boyfriend. Technically, he's older, over 18, and she's younger. Why do we look away with that? It's Will Smith and Jada Smith's privilege. We cannot do this. My opinion only. We cannot do this. Her parents did something that maybe she didn't want to do, but she looked out for a kid. Nobody was hurt. They didn't murder nobody. Nobody's wearing concrete shoes in the river. Like, what is this? But
it's just that, again, all their privileges hasn't led to, or at least has not come out yet, because I don't know what has happened, done in the dark, has not come out to anything being illegal. He might be wearing girls' clothing. That's not illegal. They don't look like they're going to college. You know what I mean? Because they have enough money not to go to college and still do what they want to in their careers. But none of that's illegal. I think why she got blasted, because there was an illegal move by 2 adults. You know what I'm saying? That was involved in doing what they did. Granted, in their mind, in their heart, I believe they were doing what they thought was best for their child. I'm not going to take that away. But they still went about it the wrong way, and that's why they're getting blasted. But I can't blame her for all that, because I don't believe she even admitted, she's like, when it first happened, I wasn't sad. I wasn't, upset. She's a little embarrassed now that her and her sister both withdrew from the college, which they went back to their nice, apartments that their condos that they own to live together. So it's another example of privilege. But she's like, I don't know what they did wrong because I do believe her whole circle, that's how they got in. That's how rich kids operate and move. Like, your parents took care of your thing. You know what I mean? You could be Bush, you know, Daddy Bush took care of Junior Bush, both presidents, because of who he was, his connections. Bush was a C student, but he was going to Ivy Leagues. You know what I'm saying? So there's always been privilege around. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Use what you can. But did they do anything illegal with their privilege? That's what I think was more about it. That's why I think gambling was like an upset. Like, do you understand why people may get upset? Other people get upset that you might have done this and that. And to go back to Diddy's son, as far as the scholarships, yeah, people don't know how sports work because you go recruit across the nation. If someone's got enough juice, they get their scholarship. So that is earned. You know what I'm saying? And if your son that didn't get it wasn't better than him at his position, or you can't even say he took it from your son, because if they were looking for a strong wide receiver core at that college and your son was a quarterback, offensive lineman, defensive lineman, safety, you know what I'm saying? They weren't looking for that school would have passed you up too. You know what I'm saying? So it's way more to the sports scholarship thing, but I think that's where that's at. And I mean, I really got nothing else to say. That's just, I'm hung up on that point right there.
All right, moving forward to sports news. Let's go ahead and just take it over.
All right, so boom. Me and Lance is gonna jump on this one real quick. Mark Cuban waves JJ Barea, but before he waves him, gives him that $2.6 million as I say, thank you for what you've done. Thank you for helping me get a championship. You've earned this from being here. What's your thoughts on that?
I just think Mark Cuban must have a lot of money coming down the line. Because
he's a multi-billionaire. Yeah, he has a lot of money coming down the line.
I just mean, like, he must be just in a good mood, just in a really great time and space in his life, because he's coming off looking and finding Delonte West, helping him out. Mark Cuban just really does seem to be in a great space, and helping people seems to be his priority. I know he got caught up in a little bit of I don't even know what the right word is, but there was an issue at the Mavericks organization, like women were uncomfortable at the workplace or something like that. I hate to bring that up, but it seems like since that incident, he's been knocking everything out the park as far as working with people and making sure that the right thing is done for the right people.
Yeah, I think it's honorable. He brought him a championship. Dirk said in past, like, conversations about Mark that he's a player's owner, like meaning that he looks out for us. And that's a good way to say goodbye. Like, listen, I need my space. I'm still an owner. I'm still trying to I have a good team. I'm trying to get to the championship. I'm trying to make deep runs in the playoffs and stuff like that. So I got to waive you. This is the business aspect of it. But I'm not going to separate the business and the personal too much, because personally, you brought me my championship. You were on the team that beat the big three Heat. That says a lot. You know what I mean? He put a lot of work in for the three, the Bosh, LeBron, and Wade to lose that. And it was on his shoulders because it seemed that the Heat's weakness was a point guard on the other team that was North and East point guard, and that, had good court vision and knew the game. It seemed like he would always break down the Heat. You know what I mean? That was their weakness. So that was a good goodbye. Here's $2.6 million. I appreciate you. Cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he was as happy as anybody has ever been waived in the history of the NBA. I'm pretty sure he was happy. Imagine you get fired and then there's a package for you like, hey, I have to let you go, but here's $2.6 million. Cool. Hopefully I can get someone else, but if not, I'm pretty happy.
Facts.
Next thing, and this is just a shout out, and you can support it or you can go against it. I'm going to shout out LaVar Ball. I'm also going to shout out Sean Holiday. Both these black men, I want to shout out black men in general, black fathers, because they weren't that part-time father. They weren't that pick the kid up on the weekends father. They weren't the come let the kid stay with me on the summer and be with you the other, times of the year father. In the household, raised their kids, and their kids all went to the league. So I just want to shout out LaVar Ball and Sean Holiday. Holiday has 3 sons, all went to the league. Sean Holiday has 3 sons, all went to the league. LaVar Ball, 3 sons, all went to the league. So I just got to commend those black fathers and say congratulations on what they did. They all had a dream, and those fathers helped their sons make it. And ain't nothing better than having a father that supports you, that's there for you, that was really in your life. So shout out to those brothers.
I agree. I even love the fact that we're covering this and speaking on it, because I feel like a lot of the time we get these athletes and even I can say I'm a little guilty of it myself while being an athlete. You always want to thank your mama and you want to shout out your mama because you love your mama and all that. Even when your dad's in your life, you shout out your mama because it's the thing to do. So it's big time that we're highlighting these fathers, because even in the media, not so much with the Mr. Holiday, but definitely with LeVar. They kill him in the media. Like they got no problem cheering off on him. So definitely big ups to these men. Your sons appreciate you. As black men, we appreciate you because of the examples that you're showing. And there's nothing more important than that. So if you don't hear it in your daily life, or you didn't hear it today, you heard it here. We appreciate you and the work that you're doing out there.
Absolutely. And one thing I will say is, yeah, they definitely painted LeVar Ball as a different figure, but I feel like Stephen A. Smith and other black figures in the media, in some way too, they would at least say, I'm not against you being a fantastic father. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen people take their steps away. Like, you know, you're getting murdered for this and that. We think your approach is a little bit off as far as what you're doing now, and, you know, how you're trying to do this and how they say this and that about, you know, how you are involved in the game. But you're a good father. You made sure your kids ate. You stayed there. You helped them get to their dream. And the perfect period on everything is they're all in the league. That's joy. You feel what I'm saying? That's a great joy. Only thing is, I feel that no one talked about Sean Holiday at all, because everyone was saying, hey, LeVar's Ball, son, they all made it to the league. And like, yo, Sean Holiday's 3 sons are in the league. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he got like no love, like no one really brought him up. Like, I really had to search for what their father's first name was, other than Mr. Holiday. You know what I mean? So, but.
Well, you know, because he did it the more traditional way. You know what I mean? He just let his kids be his kids, where LeVar Ball coached his kids, trained his kids, and all of that. So I just think he just did it more the traditional way, where LeVar Ball was more of a driving force in his kids' careers.
Yeah, and he tried to come up with a Triple B brand, and he tried to set up certain things. So he definitely did things a different approach. So I ain't mad at it. It worked out.
And ain't nobody say nothing to Joe Jackson.
What'd you say?
And ain't nobody say nothing to Joe Jackson. We got the Jackson 5 out of that.
And yo, keep it real. You got LaToya and Janet out of that. You got another Jackson brother that came in once. One left with and stayed with Barry Gordy. So yeah, no, the Jacksons won. Let's not forget about it.
So let's not worry about the approach all the time.
Last but not least, our last topic would be, and I'm gonna let you start off with it, Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul, February 20th, 2021. It's official, it's happening. What's going on, Lance?
As Uncle Shay said, we're gonna get our get back. This for the culture. Nate Robinson, you fucked us up. I ain't gonna joke about it. I ain't gonna relive that knockout and hit you with it. You got knocked the fuck out, man. I don't want to do that to you. But Floyd Mayweather is definitely finna get that love back for the culture, and it's just good. Floyd Mayweather is a great businessman. He going in there to cash a big check for light work. This is easier work than Conor McGregor, and we all gonna tune in to watch it. So Floyd, great businessman. We definitely need this for the culture. Nate Robinson, get well soon. You definitely let us down. And only thing we need after this is to line up Jake Paul with somebody else to get his ass whooped, and we be all the way straight.
Basically, yeah, man. I'm gonna say that he's out of his league. We're talking about Money Mayweather. We're talking about Floyd Mayweather. We're talking about the best defensive boxer we've ever seen. You know what I mean? Not only, like, you know, he doesn't even like calling the Philly shell approach, which I'll give him credit. He perfected the Philly shell approach. That I'll have to say. It's damn near, and he's so quick, it's damn near impossible to hit him how he always keeps his head on a swivel. Now he's always moving around. But then when you hit him, you hit this arm, which means you get no points. You get no points in the box. When a boxing judge is there looking, that's a 0. You scored nothing. You got none of that. And then when you hit it and he feels that you put a certain amount of power, he gives you a counter jab or a counter hit, and then he scores because you open yourself up. Just the genius of his defensive skills. and you signed up for that, you know, one thing Mayweather has done, he's beaten a lot of champions, but always when they're like, before they plateau or before they like peak as being their best, they want to challenge Mayweather because they feel like if I knock Floyd Mayweather out, I'm the next best thing. No one's learned their lesson. That's why there's no blemishes on this nigga's record. Has no one seen the fights? Why would you even call him out? You feel what I'm saying? It's going to be quick work for him. He's really going to give this guy a boxing lesson. You should have stayed in your, you know, what was your avenue as far as let me fight amateur fighters, let me fight these celebrity fighters, let me fight these guys that's been in it for a year or two. Let me stay there and work my way up. But you're going after the king. And he hasn't fought in a little bit. He said he's got no interest in going back in the ring in another real professional fight because he realized that age is catching up with him. But this is not where you want to start it. A lot of people talk about it, but this ain't what you want. Trust me. Yeah, and that's it. That wraps up the sports news, man. What's going on, DJ Polly? Talk to us.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the show, man. Anybody who has any shout outs?
I ain't got none. Lance, what's up? What's on your mind? Any last thoughts before we hang it up?
I hope Floyd make it quick. Don't even entertain this. Don't even entertain this boy. Don't let him do nothing. Make it quick. Beat him down and get out of there. As far as shout out to our sponsors, the Big Money Boys. Shout out 258 The Culture, because we're just the dopest podcast running right now, fellas. That's just what we do. You know what I mean? Shout out big fellas. You know what I mean? Shout out to us.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say shout out MTF, you know what I mean? My tatted fam, all y'all niggas out there supporting. You see I'm rocking it, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to y'all. Also, you already know what it is, you know what I'm saying? Shout out all our subscribers, love y'all. Shout out all the people that left comments, love y'all. You know, all the people that's watching the views, love y'all. We killing it and we're doing it for y'all. And we listen to y'all and we love the feedback. So I'm always saying, yo, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment and share. You know what I'm saying? Anything else that you want to see us talk about, we do it for y'all. So most definitely, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, other than that, I appreciate all y'all. You know what I'm saying? Without y'all, we couldn't rock and roll and be the top podcast out. You feel me? So that's all I got to say. Peace.
One thing else I gotta say: all legal money and money over nonsense always. Peace.
Facts.